Hello everyone, this is Krishna from CAD in Mac. Welcome to the second tutorial for AutoCAD in Macintosh. Now yesterday you must be remembering that we had worked on this rectangle of measurements 50 millimeters by 30 millimeters, and we had also drawn diagonals to it, and we had also learned about object snap settings. Now, today we are going to take a more initiative approach towards AutoCAD 2016, and today what we are going to learn about is file management and the different tools that you will be getting over here on the toolbar of AutoCAD 2016 for Macintosh. Now, file management. File management in AutoCAD are of many types. Now, the first one that we always get in different softwares is the replacement type of file management. Now, file management 2016 is more or less similar to other softwares that you get in Macintosh. Now, first of all, we go for the replacement type of file management. In replacement type of file management, you go to File and click on Save. What it does is it actually saves an updated version of this particular drawing on the file that you had created previously. For example, if I take a line tool from here, and suppose I draw a line like this and then like this and join it over here, and I go to File and then Save. What it does is it actually replaces the previous file. It actually replaces the previous file, that is this one, with this. The previous file that was pre-existing won't be there any longer. It will be updated with the new designs that you give in. This is a completely replacement type of file management. The next type of file management that we will go for is a parallel kind of a file management, where we go to File and then click on Save As. Now when you click on Save As, you get this dialog box on your screen. Now over here you get to give your path where you want to save the file, and you also get to give your extension and the name of the file that you want to give in. Now always remember to not give the same file name if you are saving into the same folder that the file was existing beforehand. Remember to not keep the file name same, or otherwise it will ask you if you want to replace the previous file, and it will replace the previously created file, and you will end up to the same thing. I mean, you go to File and then Save. It will end up into a replacement type of file management. So what you do is you change the name. Suppose I give it a name like tutorial 2, and I want to save it on my desktop. So I'd select desktop from the drop down menu from here. It asks you where, and you give in the file format. Now I wanted to talk about this file format. Now suppose in your system, particularly suppose in my system, I have the AutoCAD 2016, and I save it in this particular format that is highlighted over here, AutoCAD 2013 drawing.dwg. Now remember, AutoCAD always saves its drawings default by DWG. There are other formats like .dwt and .dxf, but they are for other purposes. But by default, it saves it by the extension .dwg. Now suppose I save it as an AutoCAD 2013 drawing.dwg. Now you must be knowing that every year when AutoCAD gives you a new version of AutoCAD, it adds up upon its features, it adds up upon its functionality and whatsoever. Now suppose if I save it in the format of 2013 and I try to open the same file on another computer that has AutoCAD 2010, that computer will be able to open the file, but it may be facing many feature issues. It may be facing a lack of features, for like if a particular feature is not present in 2010, then it is present in 2013, then AutoCAD 2010 won't be able to read that particular feature, and that particular feature will be completely eliminated in AutoCAD 2010. But remember that you'll be able to open that particular file in any other updated system, and that feature will be retained. So, as I have AutoCAD 2013 over here, I click on that and I want to save it. Now, let me vaguely talk to you about the other file formats that we have over here. We have .dwt and .dxf. .dxf is not actually a default of file extension that AutoCAD gives. Now, .dxf, it actually helps you to sync this particular AutoCAD file with any other software. There are many other softwares that actually sync with the drawings that you have actually made in AutoCAD 2016. I'm going to make an in-depth video about that, so not to worry. So for the time being, I click on AutoCAD 2013 drawing.dwg and I save it on my desktop. So as you can see, it gives me a warning like tutorial2.dwg already exists. This is the thing I was talking about. Now if you give a similar name to this to the file in the same containing folder, it will give you such a dialog box where you have to prompt the computer whether to replace the previously existing file or to replace it. No, sorry, whether to replace the particular file or to keep it, and or to cancel. You can change the name, right? So what I do is change the name to tutorial 3 and I save it. There, my file is saved securely, and I can see that the file name over here as it has been changed. That's the second type of file management we had to talk about. Now the third. The third type of file management is export. In this type of file management, what you do is you get to export this particular AutoCAD always saves in the format of .dwg, or if you prompt the computer, it will save it in the form of .dwt or .dxf. But if you want to save it in any other format, like .acis, lithography format, or DXS format, or as a bitmap image or a PDF file, you can absolutely do that. If you want to save it as a PDF file, you want to save the file as a PDF, you can actually do that. In a PDF file, what happens is in the screen, whatever you see as black and whatever drawing you see as white, it actually gets reversed. That is, the black part of the screen becomes white and the white part of the drawing becomes black. So suppose I select PDF from over there, and over here what you can see is what to export. What do you want AutoCAD to export? And over here it's written the display. Whatever is displayed on my screen will be exported. Now the second option and the best option that I consider over here that you can do is window. When I select window, it actually returns me to this particular interface where I can see the drawing. Now what you do is click on one of the corners, pull it like this, and you will actually be able to see there is formation of a window. And when you cover the whole drawing that you want to create a PDF of, you click on the other end like this, and when you click on the other end, you get the whole dialog box back to yourself again, and what you do is you click on save. There, my PDF is getting created, and there Plot and publish, job complete, no error or warnings found. So my file got saved in PDF format. Let me show you. Here it is. Yeah. So this is what I was talking about. The black part becomes white and the white part becomes black. The whole color thing gets inverted. Now, completely done with the file management part, we'll go to the toolbar of AutoCAD 2016. We go to file first. From file, the first option that you have is new drawing. From there you can create a completely new drawing, and there are these templates available. I'll be doing an in-depth video about templates and whatsoever. From here you get to do a new project. From new project you actually get to select, as I had a talk with you people yesterday, ACAD.ISO and whatsoever. You get to select those templates again, and you get to create a completely new project from over there. Over here, if you click on open, what AutoCAD will do is it will open the finder window, and it will actually show you the drawings that you had previously created, and you can open any one of them. Yeah. So you can, from here you can all see the different recent projects that you had done. From here you can close this particular drawing. From import, I'll be going in depth into that particular option. Import, you can just like AutoCAD files can be read by other softwares as well. Other software files can also be read by AutoCAD 2016. I'll be doing an in-depth video for that. Okay, and now you can attach a file with it, a different, for example, if I want to attach an Excel file, Microsoft Excel file with this drawing, I can do that. As I had a talk with you, I can save the project, I can save as the project, I can export the project. And these are if we come over here, these are the different print options that you get. If you have a very big drawing, suppose of a bridge or any building, you must be wanting to to plot it, to make a very big plan of A1 size or something like that. So you do it with the help of these four options. You set the whole thing up. You give the paper size in, the type of color you want to print it in, and the other stuff. So I'll be going into that later on. From edit, you get to cut, copy and paste and whatever. This is a very roundabout path where for you to cut and copy and paste. There are much easier methods, where the simplest being Command C and Command V. That's it. And from here you this view option actually helps you to work on 3D, AutoCAD 3D, that I'll be teaching you later on. From insert, you can insert different types of files. You can block the file, and you can bring in ACIs files and whatever. I'll be going into that in depth later on. From format, you have layers. I mean, let me tell you that you never start drawing on the layer 0. I mean, before you start drawing, you actually create different layers. You actually create different layers that are available, and you actually create different layers, and after that you start drawing. For example, I'll show you. When I click a tick on this layers, what happens is I get to see the layers that are available, and as I can see, the layer that I was drawing in is actually 0. So I can create layers. And I can But suppose let me tell you, suppose in a drawing I want the drawing such that when I remove a particular layer, I to want these diagonals to get removed, but I don't actually want to remove it. I don't want to delete it, but I just don't want them to appear. That's what I want. Yeah. So what I do is I just deselect that particular layer. I'll be going into that in depth later on. I switch off layers for the time being. After that, there are layer tools and whatever. I'll be going into that depth in depth when I talk about layers. There are colors and stuff. There is a dimension style. You can get to given dimensions. I mean, suppose if this is 50, if this is 50, you get to give a dimension like. I'll show you. Yeah, dimension. So you click over here and then click over here, and you can actually see that it's 50. This is called dimension, but you can see that the dimension that's present over there is pretty small. That's pretty small, and we don't want it like that. Right? If when we are plotting it or when we are printing it, it will be pretty small, and we don't want it like that. So dimension style actually helps us in improving the size of the size of the dimension that is mentioned on the drawing, and we can also change these are actually arrows over here. As you can see, these are arrows. We can change it to circles and solid circles and whatever. We can do that with the help of dimension styles. Multi-leader styles. We can edit the way AutoCAD actually gives you the different symbols and the different writings and whatever with the help of format. From tools, we can actually move the UCS. We can actually move the coordinate system from over here. I'll be going into that in depth later on. From draw, you can draw you can draw a line, you can draw a ray, you can draw a construction line and whatsoever. You can draw an arc. Over here, arc, let me show you. Over here you can only see one type of arc. Yeah, but there are many types of arcs. I mean, there is only one type of arc, but there are many ways. There are different methods how you can draw an arc. There is the start, center, end method. There is start and center angle method. I'll be going into that in depth later on. Now, dimension. In dimension, this dimension actually gives you the length of a particular side. This also gives you the length of a particular side. This is actually a quick selection. This gives you the length of a particular side. This actually gives you the length of a side which is not under ortho. That is, if I select linear and if I try to measure this, then it will actually give me this the dimension, which I actually don't want. Now what I want is the length of this particular diagonal. So what I do is select aligned, and then I do the same thing, and what we see that is the length of the diagonal is mentioned. Yeah, so that's dimension. We can measure the radius, we can measure jog, diameter, angular. Angular actually helps you to measure the angle between two lines. I'll be going into the whole dimension thing later on, and the rest of the stuff are not very much required. Okay, in modify, what you get is properties. the properties, this actually activates this particular toolbox, where you get, where when you click on a particular line, when you click on a particular component, it actually shows you the properties of that particular line. Suppose I want the properties of this particular line, then it shows me the color of it, the layer, the line type. The line type is whether it's dotted or it's a solid line, and whatever, it's the line type scale and whatsoever. It shows me that properties. If I want to match properties of one component of the drawing with the other, we can do that. We can match colors, we can match that line type and whatever, we can do that. Now, okay, so we can modify different stuff from over here, and let me tell you, erase, we already know about erase. Copy, I'll be talking about mirror later on. We are going to talk about offset as well later on. Array is a method where it's similar to copy and paste, but it actually saves a lot of time that a copy paste would have taken if the array wasn't there. So that's it. Okay, so again, we have delete duplicate objects, copy nested, and whatever, move, rotate, scale, stretch, lengthen, and trim, extend. If you are an AutoCAD for 2000, AutoCAD for Windows user, you must be acquainted with these terminologies. And let me come to explode. What is explode? Suppose how do I show you? Yeah, suppose I draw a rectangle like this, yeah, but I can draw a rectangle directly from over there. As we can see, this is a whole rectangle, but what I want over here is I want this particular line, this line, this line, and this line to be separate components. So in this case what I do is I select the whole rectangle, I press X on the keyboard and press enter. We can do that. When we do that, what happens is each particular line of the rectangle gets separated. Let me press enter. What you see is each particular line has been separated. I undo this. I'll undo this and show you from this option as well. So I select the rectangle again, go to modify, and then click on explode. What happens is each particular object, each particular component of the drawing gets separated. It explodes actually, yeah. So that's explode. I'll be going into different the other components later on. The rest are not very important. Window, this actually gives you gives you the options what to show on the screen and what not to show. We have shown the tool set, we have shown the command line, we have shown the property inspector. As you can see over here, we can see the status bar and whatever. Okay, so that was the video for today. I have taught you the methods of file management in AutoCAD 2016 for Macintosh, and also the different tools that are available from the toolbar of AutoCAD 2016 for Macintosh. Hope you have enjoyed the video. If you have learned anything from this video, please do subscribe to this channel. Please do like this video and help me. Thank you.